So I'm gonna bring my man Cory up. This cat right here, Cory Henry. Where you at? Huh? Yeah, y'all give a round of applause to my man Cory Henry. This is kind of the AI section right here. I wanted to do that demonstration, but I want to bring different people who are like in the industry right now, killing it, man. So introduce yourself, man, and tell the people who you are, what you do, and then I'm gonna chime in a few questions, and then we'll ask the audience a few questions as well.
Hey, everybody. My name's Cory Henry. I am, what it means these days to be multi-hyphenate, right?
Exactly.
I'm a black man. I'll say it that way. So I'm very involved in many different areas of technology. Primarily, I'm a consultant with IBM. So I learned a lot about what IBM's been doing in the AI space. I mean, Watson defeated Jeopardy back in
Watson X, that is, right?
Yeah, Watson.
So if y'all don't know what Watson X is, write that down and Google it because that's very important. Well, go ahead.
So as we look at enterprise AI, we're talking about monetizing AI, not just the gee whiz. Hey, this is cool. I got a paper due, or I got a letter or an email that I want to say it in a way that where I don't sound so black, if you know what I mean. When we're talking about structured data, right, business data, and when you start talking, where did you get that answer from? And can I use that answer and not get sued for it later if, when you're talking medicine or giving people advice about.
Or movies, books,
right?
Like my man was just
historical data. So the reference points of where the data originates is very important. You got your boy out here that want to be president, but he doesn't want to do an interview where he's getting fact-checked, right? Now, we got this AI out here that's not being fact-checked, and people are literally quoting stuff that comes from these outputs as if they are scripture, right? Or that they're validated in any way, right? So one thing about intelligence is that it increases the amount of BS out there, right?
Okay.
And who's going to filter through the difference between BS and a real answer when both sound real?
So,
right?
so I have a question about that. So how do we filter through that when we're creating content? Because as you and I know, media right now is the liquid gold that is fueling the economy. You know what I'm saying? So how do we filter through that when we're creating content?
Large language models are fueled by words, right? There's over 171,000 different words in the English language, but there's over 16 trillion different word combinations that make a sentence. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the collective of all of our sentence combinations, the collection of every rap, every thought, every idea is impossible. It's nearly limitless how many sentence combinations we can create. But all of that is feeding one machine, right? So just like you took these sources of information that he showed earlier, and now he's able to, grab new information from referencing all this information. That's called short-term memory. Humans only have so much short-term memory, right? But when you can apply short-term memory to many different concepts at the same time, you're going to create something new that nobody has ever seen before. And it could be Poindexter. It could be anybody. That's why I say in this age, curiosity is your biggest weapon.
The imagination.
Yeah, if you're just a curious person, just a person who needs to know more, like to dig deeper, to see more, to know more, and then are able to turn that curiosity into action-oriented things, that's what I think the real power of this is all about. It's not just about getting answers to questions. It's about
monetizing.
Once you have the answers, now what?
You got to monetize it.
How do you monetize that?
Yeah.
And how do you validate what's been said, right?
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that. Then we're gonna take a couple of questions. So the question that I have is, how do we monetize this content, this media that we're creating?
Indeed. I love what he showed earlier because, again, what we're looking for is America's next top models. And we're not talking about human models. We're talking about AI models.
Yes.
And so it's not about having access to, alternate intelligence. It's about having the ability to monetize or to create a business model from the intelligence, the new intelligence that's being created.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be looking at can I create something that somebody else is going to use, right? And I'm just in the middle. I'm licensing this language model that I've created in order to allow people to create things from it, whether that's children's books.
Mm-hmm.
I need a children's book AI, right? If it's law, I need a jailhouse lawyer AI, right? Or I need a, track coach AI. Or NIL is a big thing now, right? All these kids, but parents don't know how to deal with kids making 40, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 in the 10th grade from their name, image, likeness. They don't know how to be agents all of a sudden. So now somebody says, hey, I want to teach parents how to be agents. They download all this agent material, Jerry Maguire movie or some shit like that. And now, boom, they have this language model that is an AI agent for mothers of children who are 6'5", 355 pounds in the 9th grade. I mean, these are the things that we got to be thinking about, solutions, because it's a race for solutions. If you are one of the first to put solutions out, you're going to be paid.
Wow. Give it up for Cory Henry. Y'all have any questions real quick? Any questions? No? I can't see, the light is blind.
Yeah, it's blind.
No questions? Hold on. Next question.
I didn't hear you when you said the Jeopardy Watson.
Watson
X.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
tell her real quick what Watson X is, and then we're going.
And I don't know, it was 2014. IBM created an AI called Watson, and it competed against Jeopardy, like the top people in Jeopardy, and it won. Now, this was pre all this AI stuff that we're talking now, so you can imagine how much they've advanced in their AI capability prior to ChatGPT. So when you look at ChatGPT, that's like AI for generalists.
Yeah, that's the gateway drug.
Right?
That's what I call it.
That's a gateway.
Yeah.
But when you're talking people who were at the beginning of this, like IBM, and the relationships that they have with all these corporations that are giving them all this data, because there's no AI without data. There's no AI without cloud. All of this is all cloud data stored somewhere in order to take trillions of data points in order to answer you a question. And mind you, the computer's not thinking, it's doing math. It's calculating. It's calculating what the answer is going to be based off the question that you ask. It's giving you what it thinks you want to hear. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That needs data, no model, no output. So IBM has been in this game for a long, long time. And it's not just about AI, it's about responsible AI. Because a lot of us are good guys, right? And we like AI. But what do you think the bad guys think about AI?
Oh, they think
they really like it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's the same reason why, unfortunately, pornography drives content viewership more than conscious music. You know what I mean? Or conscious thought. So 19 Keys is not getting more views than, Susan Sally. You see what I'm saying? So the negative is always going to be a driver of technology and amplify. So as we think about getting phone calls that sound like your daughter or your son in distress, you for money, you'll hear more about that AI before you'll hear somebody calling you, telling you how to apply for federal disaster relief or how to, you know what I mean? How to get out of debt or fix your credit or do all these other different things. But those things are coming too. It's just, it's up to us to create the tools that are going to benefit the people who we care about.
Yeah, y'all give it up for Cory Henry, man. Dropping some jewels with the AI. So lastly, how can people follow you and get in touch with you?
I'm on IG. I'm in the Atlanta Black Chamber, like you, very involved. I teach blockchain actually every last Tuesday of the month at the Russell Center. So I focus on blockchain because AI is going to fill the room full of fake shit. And blockchain is going to be the differentiator between the real and the fake. So we're going to be inundated. By this year, 95% of all content on the internet will be AI generated.
That's crazy.
I mean,
95%.
say that again for the people in the back. By this year, by December of this year, 95% of all content will be AI generated content.
That's why we got the future of storytelling. So we responsible ones and put the content that looks like us out into the media.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to take these two quick questions, and then I got my man Clive coming up, and this is going to close out the AI section. What's up, Cory made it? What's up, baby?
Everything is good. Quickly, it's just like you said. My name is Hans Bakari. I'm very engaged in AI, pretty much creating, application solutions that help businesses win using AI. But one of my concerns is that with all this information, everything is online. One of the things that is happening is that if Black people are not involved as much as it should now, there's a whole bunch of data that's going to be created that really don't have anything to do with that. As a matter of fact, I was reading an article about a sister that went to MIT and they created computer vision, these facial recognition where when she went there, she tried and she went a whole bunch of times and the AI can recognize her face. She literally had to get a white mask and put it on her face before she got recognized. So my question is that how can Black people get involved where they can make a big splash and get involved early on so that the information is not skewed to just Caucasians? Thank you.
I think we have to go back to who owns the cloud, right? Because there's no such thing as a cloud. There's just other people's database, right? And as I look at all of Blackness, we are a black hole in the data space because of so many of us who are not online. So much of our culture that is not online. So much of our, visual, other than criminal pictures, mug shots, things that rap videos, they don't have very much of our data. So what's critical for us is to establish a Black data center, if you will, right? And to have a center of where we have a trusted network of data, terabytes, petabytes of data that is uniquely us. See what I'm saying? Because we don't exist in the data sphere. That's why I can make a AI generated video about something in Africa and I'm still going to get white characters coming up in my video, right? Because as I talk about the human experience, and there's so much content out there that's been monetizable content that's available for them to grab and source and pick and pull. The same way when we make stock photos. How bad is it looking for a stock photo for a Black business?
Very bad.
You see what I'm saying? So in the same way, how hard is it going to be if we're not feeding the algorithm with content to search for with black people sitting in the room being happy, black people, out doing this, black people out skydiving or parasailing or doing something, that we would talk about. So there's so much that we need to do, and in the realm of creating the digital twin of of the black experience, that it's going to be until our creative teams insert that into the noosphere, it's going to remain an unknown. And that can be a good thing. That can be a great thing. But that can also be a limiting thing when you're thinking about being a creative in the black space, trying to make something that's particularly representative of us using AI.
No doubt, no doubt. We're going to take this last question and then move on to Clyde.
Shout out to everybody in here, y'all, including you, H Factor, my homie Jay, I be networking with, and KJ. But I want to ask you, what's your take on the whole theory of AI taking over and harming humans and different stuff like that? There's so many different directions that they're saying AI could go. And so a lot of people saying they could take over the robots and just do different crazy stuff to humans, wipe us out. What's your take on all of that stuff?
Garbage in, garbage out. One thing about AI is that it must be prompted, right? And so as the creatives who are creating solutions create solutions to create harm, there are others who will create solutions to create positive change. And as I look at the way that we're being policed, I think an AI solution is going to do more to affect black community policing, right? When you take it out of the hands of humans who are flawed, who are biased by all kind of measures, and who may or may not follow the rules that are, because their short-term memory is only this big, right? But the manuals that they're required to follow are huge. So how can a person under stress with a short-term memory this big follow everything that is in for them to do? So I think as we look at policing, community policing, as we look at all these different ways that we experience life, AI can enhance those things and can make things a lot more palatable, because this American experience is bullshit, right? It's bullshit. It's all based on lies that they don't even want you to know. So as we, I think it's up to us to get out in front of this and not be so
Afraid of it,
not just be users.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or waiting to be users, because a lot of tools are coming. It's going to be great. It's going to be help you do this and that. But we want you to be creatives. We want you to be creating your own models. So we're looking for the next Tyra Banks type top model. You know what I mean? Like, we're looking for our top models, and we have to create those models. So the people in the room who I don't have to talk to about, hey, the basic level of AI, and we can get into the meat and not just the child shit, those are the people that we really need to be creating villages around, AI villages of people who are beyond the elementary and ready to move into business model building, because that's what's going to move us forward.
I love it, man. Y'all give it up for Cory Henry, man. Dropping some jewels today. No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro.